Hi, and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that takes a look at players that have been linked with a transfer move to the Arsenal. And the one that we're all holding on and saying, when's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? Is Petr Cech. Loads of rumours flying around yesterday that the deal was about to be announced. I think it came out on Sky, it came out on various different outlets, and Mail, I think it was. Saying that it was going to get announced, and a lot of people getting excited, think it was going to be announced yesterday. It wasn't announced, but one thing we can be almost certain of is that this deal is going to get done. A lot of outlets reporting that the fee has been agreed now, and it's said to be 10.9 million pounds, which is a little bit less than the 11 million, if that's true. And listen, as I keep saying day in, day out, what a fantastic deal for Arsenal. This is going to be Petr Cech, a world-class goalkeeper. We haven't had this caliber of goalkeeper since David Seaman. Lehmann was good, but I wouldn't even put Lehmann in the category of Petr Cech. And, you know, when we had Lehmann, we had the Invincibles. So, you know, listen, it's going to be a massive signing for Arsenal when it happens. And so far, it will probably be the deal of the summer so far. So, you know, we never know when it's going to happen. Could it be today? Could it be tomorrow? But we are closing in on Petr Cech joining Arsenal, and that can only be a good thing. But who else is going to join? And one player who it looks like definitely won't be joining, and there's another player who was linked along with Cech right at the start of the summer transfer window, which incidentally hasn't even opened yet. It opens officially on the 1st of July. We will be talking there, but deals can't even be done yet. They're sort of being put together, but they won't be officially done until the 1st of July. But Jackson Martinez, who we've been heavily linked with, Arsenal definitely were looking at Jackson Martinez, 100%. A couple of people I spoke to in and around the club told me they were definitely having a look at Jackson Martinez. Arsene Wenger, a fan of Jackson Martinez. However, he's decided that he's going to be joining Atletico Madrid. He's going in there. He's going to be replacing Mandzukic, who's, of course, left to go and join Juventus. Now, £24.8 million is the fee for Jackson Martinez. And I think the sticking point on the whole Martinez thing for Arsenal has been the age. I mean, he's going to be 29 this year. For the sort of money that you're paying for him, it's just really a player that you're not going to be able to have any resale value in. You know, basically you're going to come in, you're just bringing him in to do a job, and then after that you're going to lose a load of money. Listen, for some clubs that's great. That's not really Arsenal's business model. They don't like to have players like that where, you know, you bring him in, you know, a year later, you know, if he doesn't work out, bang, all that money's dead. So it looked at first that he was going to AC Milan, but now he's chosen to go to Atletico Madrid. He did want to come to England, but it doesn't look like Arsenal were interested in him in the end. So who do they turn their thoughts to? Which striker should they go in for? And there's been a lot of outlets today linking Arsenal with Carlos Bacca, another Colombian. They've got a lot of strikers, haven't they? Falcao, they've got Murillo, they've got Jackson Martinez, and also this guy, Carlos Bacca, has been banging the goals in there over in Spain now for a couple of years. You saw him, you got 2 in the Europa League final. Very, very good player. He was wanted by Liverpool, but now that Liverpool are signing Firmino, which, by the way, I have to give it to Liverpool. That's a good signing for Liverpool. Firmino, I do rate him as a player. We were linked with Firmino, but as I've said on this show before, where would Firmino play in that Arsenal team? Because we just got so many attacking midfielders that, quite frankly, better than him. So where would he have fitted into the team? But, you know, decent signing for Liverpool. But we were being told that Liverpool were after Bacca. Now, Liverpool may not go in for Bacca now, and a lot of outlets again today suggesting that the move could be for Bacca to move to Arsenal, because Arsenal are looking for a top quality striker. Again, with Bacca though, is the age. Again, he's 28. Turns 29 in September of this year. If we turn down Jackson Martinez, who we know that Arsene Wenger is a massive admirer of, why would we go and get Bacca? Again, I can't see this one happening merely because of the age. Good player, talented player, but why are not many of the other top tier? I mean, it's a telling sign, isn't it, when you don't see some of those real big clubs looking at these guys. They're looking at the age, they're looking at the price, what it's going to be, 25 million, that sort of money, and they're just thinking, nah, it's just not worth it. If it doesn't work out, I always give the Soldado thing, which we're hearing Soldado at the moment is being offered to clubs at about 8 million, 7 million, right? And he cost Spurs 28 million pounds, but he was 28 years of age. And if it doesn't work out, you've basically blown all your money. So it's a massive chance to take on a player of that age. And if we're not taking that chance with Martinez, I can't see us honestly taking that chance with Carlos Bacca. On strikers, still a striker who's on his way out of Arsenal, as we know, is Lucas Podolski. It's been reported yesterday that he actually admitted that he's going to be joining Galatasaray. We're hearing that it's going to be a fee of about £2.1 million, which again, I mean, we paid about 10 million for him. To be fair, he's been at the club for a few years now, but it's just not worked out for Lucas Podolski. And I think it suits all parties that he moves on. He hardly even got any game time, you know, sort of in his prime at Arsenal. Looks like Wenger, when he brought him in, just didn't fancy him. And it looks like definitely Lucas Podolski is going to be on his way out. Another player, striker, who could be on his way out. So lots of strikers going out. Surely we've got to bring one in. Is Yaya Sanogo. Now, Yaya Sanogo is wanted by Lille. They want to take him on a season-long loan. I think they was interested in taking him on a season-long loan before. This guy is so injury-prone. I mean, he's like the new Abu Dhabi. I don't like to use Diaby when talking about injuries because it's been unfortunate for him, but he is like the new Abu Dhabi. He is always injured. And when you think this guy, when he was playing in the under-21s for France, he was considered at first to be their top player, even rated above players like Pogba. But the guy is just always injured, so we can't get to see what his real potential is. You know, and in the flashes of what we have seen, he hasn't looked up to Arsenal standards. He's looked very raw at best, but it looks like Lille want to take him on a season-long loan. I'm not sure if maybe a Premier League club might want to take him on loan. I thought that the Crystal Palace thing would have been good for him, but again, he's been injured for practically all the time there, and it's obvious that Palace don't want to take him back. So I don't know. It's just not worked out for Sanogo, and it may be time to move him on. But Lille want him on a loan, so let's see what happens with that. And finally, Ilkay Gundogan being linked with Arsenal again. Now, the reason why he's being linked with Arsenal again is because Manchester United, who he was a favourite to sign for, have apparently pulled out of the deal. Manchester United no longer interested in signing Gundogan. So is that they maybe turn their attention to Schneiderlin, but they're no longer interested in signing him. And that leaves the door open for Arsenal, as many of the media outlets say, you know, come and get me, door open, right? His agent, who's also his uncle, has also suggested that if he can't get the move that he wants, he's just going to stay at Dortmund, which I'm sure all the Dortmund fans are going to be pleased that, oh yeah, actually I couldn't get the move I wanted, so I'll stay here. But yeah, Gundogan back on the radar for Arsenal because it looks like Manchester United have pulled out of the deal to sign him. Let's see what you guys had to say. Remember yesterday I asked a question about Aubameyang. What do you think of him? Do you think he'd be a player that, you know, is worthwhile Arsenal getting? We were linked with him yesterday. Let's start first, though, with Rohit Chand. He says, come on, let's make a deal for Sergio Ramos. He's a star and he can play as a defensive midfielder. He's superb. Good player. Sergio Ramos, very heavily linked to Manchester United. I'm not sure if he's even going to move from Real Madrid, to be honest, but let's wait and see what happens. ZEY Epic says, wouldn't mind Aubameyang. He can score, he's quick, he's good in the air, and if we get a chance to sign him, I think we should go for him. Sycarus says, Aubameyang would be good at Arsenal. He would make teams like Swansea cry blood. I wonder why he picked Swansea. Mighty Greed says, Aubameyang is quick, deadly, ruthless, clinical, and amazing. I honestly think he would be the ideal player for Arsenal. He's turning 26, and I believe he's the best striker we've been linked with. Interesting. Mr. FF1 says, Aubameyang is a good striker and clinical, but having him would be like having two Walcotts in the team. Interesting. And he said, I think at the moment no strikers are available, he's saying. Real top quality. That's interesting. I mean, Theo Walcott is also very quick. Theo Walcott is also a very good finisher. Do you go and get Aubameyang when you've got Theo and players like that? That is what Wenger must be looking at. Last couple here. Watcher says he's better than Higuain any day. And Brian Marlon Kaswa reminds me that it's pronounced Aubameyang, Robbie. Aubameyang, all right? So I have to remember that in the future. Aubameyang, he said, is pronounced. Will we get Aubameyang? That's what we're going to have to wait and see. But certainly won't be getting Jackson Martinez, who we're heavily linked with. What striker is out there? I need your help. What striker? Arsene Wenger needs your help. We need a world-class striker. Suggest in the comments below who that world-class striker is, and I'll tell Arsene Wenger to go and get him. Thanks for watching the show today. We'll be back tomorrow at the same time.